Hi there, it's Tim again. Now today what we're going to go through is adding keywords into our account. We've set up the campaign, of course, which is just a shell campaign at the moment. We've set up an ad group and we've set up some keywords and one ad. Okay, so don't worry about the ad at the moment. So what we're going to do today is we're going to research keywords and we're going to find out what keywords we need to be adding into our account. We're going to be looking at what our competitors are bidding on, and we're going to add those into our account as well. And then we're going to organize everything, all of those keywords that we want to go live with, we're going to organize those into ad groups. So let's get onto my screen and let's start taking you through how I do that. Okay, let's start finding those keywords then for our website. So what we're going to do is go over into our keyword planner. We're going to use some of the keywords that Andy gave us in the other video, and we're also going to look at a competitor. So I've dug out a competitor and we're going to look at their keywords in a second. But how we do, we'll go through all this process. It's very simple. Come up to tools and settings over here and then come across to planning and keyword planner. Now here you see two options. We've got discover new keywords and we've got get search volume and forecasts, right? We don't need the get search volume and forecasts. We're going to be discovering new keywords. So click on that. And in here you've got two options. You've got start with keywords. So that means do you want me Google to go and find you keywords based on some keywords that you enter? Or do you want to use find keywords based on a competitor? So we're going to start with keywords, and you only need to put a few in here. So I'm going to put in a few based on the conversation that I had with Andy. Okay, so I've got in here gamer dating, dating for gamers, find single gamers, gamer dating arena, and singles interested in gaming. I'm going to get results. Okay, so these are the results that I've got so far. It's defaulted to UK, so I'm just going to change that to the USA because that's where we're going to be advertising. So target that. Now you can see the volumes change. Down here I've got the option to add more keywords if I want to in order to help Google with the search. I don't really want to do that at the moment because they're either generic dating terms or they're generic gamer terms, and I don't want to be bringing those into the mix at the moment. Down here you've got the view of the monthly volumes. That's basically by total and by mobile, and you can see there's a slight uptick that's been going on in the last few months, probably down to the lockdown that's been going on recently. So we've got all of those search terms which have come out from Google. I've filtered these by average monthly searches to find the most popular, and you can see there's quite a few search terms down here. Now the simplest way to do all this is we just go across here and we download those keyword ideas. I'm going to download them into a CSV and then put them into a Google Sheets. Okay, and we're going to deal with that in a second. Right, so we've got one set of keywords. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to go through this process again, but we are going to do it with a competitor. So close this off. Now we're going to go back in again to discover new keywords, and this time we come across to start with a website, and the competitor that I found is called gamer dating, funnily enough. So I'm just going to copy its URL and I'm going to put it in here, gamerdating.com, and you've got the choice here of using the entire site or only this page, only the main page. I'm going to use the entire site and see what comes up. So click get results. Okay, so the location is automatically gone to United Kingdom and United States. Again, what we just need to do is download these keyword ideas and then we're going to upload them into Google Sheets. And that's the next part of the process. So click on download keyword ideas and get it as a CSV, or if you want to just upload it straight into Google Sheets, then do so. Okay, now what we're left with is a couple of sheets. We've firstly got the sheet with the keyword searches that we did, and they're in this sheet here. And then we've got the sheet for the competitor terms, and they're in this sheet here. Now, if you'll just forgive me a second, I'm just going to tidy this up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all the information that's not necessary. So everything off to the right, really, from average monthly searches. I'm going to get rid of the currency, and I'm going to get these into some sort of order. Basically, I'm just going to filter them from the average monthly searches. I want the highest monthly searches possible. So I'm just going to crack on with that at the moment on both of these sheets. Okay, I've got those into some sort of order. What I need to do now is just really weed out anything that isn't gamer dating related. I don't want generic terms in here, so I'm just going to go through that. So I've got things like here, like Date Site UK, Dating Best Site, Dating Best Web, things like that, which aren't related aren't specifically related to gamer dating. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to weed those out. Okay, that was quite a lot of work. So I've managed to cut this list down of competitors down to 100 so far. I'm going to cut it down further because I really don't like to go live with more than 100 keywords at a time. So I've got my competitor list there, which I've skinned down. And I've got my keyword list here as well, which is actually a lot smaller. It's down to, I think, 50 keywords. So what I'm going to do now, what I need to do, I don't really like to go, like I said, I don't like to go live with more than 100 keywords. I don't think you really need to. They're all going to be broad term. So they're all going to be out there pulling in all sorts of different types of search terms. So what I want to do is I want to find the most competitive, the ones that are generating the most average monthly searches. So I'm just going to pull these two now into one list. Okay, and then I'm going to sort by the most popular to the least popular. Okay, so the last thing I need to do is just make sure that I remove any duplicates. Okay, so we've got rid of those. And what I'm going to do now is really chop this off at 100, unless there's anything that I've missed. Okay, because this is new to me, I don't really know which ones to chop off down at the bottom, so I'm going to leave those available anyway. Next thing I need to do is now we've got our list of keywords. Now what I need to do is try and group these into some kind of themes. Now this is all kind of new to me, but I'm seeing some themes coming up. We've got gamer, we've got nerd, we've got geek, then we've got the type of console, so we've got PlayStation. So what I'm going to do is going to create another column just to the left of these keywords, and I'm going to start to put them into groups, and so these form my ad groups effectively. Okay, so finished that process and I've gone through all of the keywords, and through that process I've whittled things down to now about 98 keywords, and I've categorized them into 14 different ad groups. 14 is quite a lot, but there's quite a lot of stuff here and I don't quite know what's going to work and what isn't. So I think it's going to be fine. So I've got 14 ad groups. So anime, don't know how that's going to work at all. I don't know whether it's that related to it, but I'm going to put it in and see if it works. And then we've got best, we've got specific console requests that people are looking for, so PS4 dating, for example. Discord, that's a communication tool. I'm not sure whether that's going to work, but I'm going to put it in as an ad group so we can see it, give it visibility, and discount it if it doesn't work. And then just breaking things down in terms of the keywords themselves. So find, then I've got gamer and games, gaming, geek, girls, meet, nerd dating, and we've also then got Tinder, and we've got video, so video games, video gamer dating. So that's how I'm going to split things up. And the importance of doing this is that I can now make sure that my ads, when I write them, are related to the keywords in the ad group. That's obviously going to be taken care of in another video. But for now, what we're going to do is I'm now going to create these 14 ad groups in the campaign that I set up. So in order to do that, I'm just going to do a couple and then I'm going to leave you to do your own. So I'm just going to move across now to my ads account, and then this one here, so remember that we set this one up, so I'm just going to rename this one anime. So I'll show you how to set this up. So let's save that. And then we're going to go in here into this one and we're going to start adding some keywords. So click this blue button here, come across here, select your keywords, go back in, add them all. It's going to come up with suggestions across here. Just ignore those because we've already done all of that work. And the match type is going to be broad, so it doesn't need any brackets around it, and it doesn't need any parenthesis. So we're just going to have these as broad terms. The reason for doing broad terms is so that we can get as much traffic in as possible in the early days, so we can work out what works and what doesn't. Remember, this is all guesswork at this point. This is all informed guesswork. I've spoken to Andy, I've got some ideas on keywords off him. I've then gone into the Google tool the keyword planning tool in order to find some keywords which might work, but we don't really know. So we're going to keep everything broad terms. I'm just going to come down here and hit save. Okay, so that's all fine. Now we just need to go through that process of continuing to add ad groups. So come back into ad groups, click on the blue button, name your ad group and add your keywords. Come down here. We don't want to add any ads yet. We're going to do that later. So click on cancel, leave this page, yes, and you've got that. And just go through that process until you've got all of those done. Right, at the end of that process, we've now got our 14 ad groups set up inside the US Texas campaign, and each of those has got some tightly themed keywords in it. Okay, so that's that done. We've had a look at the keywords, we've got those together. We've also looked at a competitor and we've chosen the keywords, the best keywords we think are going to work from what the competitor is using. What we're going to do next is we're going to start writing our ads. So that's going to come up in the next video. All right, thanks very much for watching. Good luck with your keyword research, and I'll see you next time.